Let's talk more about this now with Luciano Zaccara in the Qatari capital, Doha. He's an associate professor of Gulf Studies at the Qatar University. Thanks very much for being with us. So this new round of talks on Iran's nuclear program that's been started up by this administration, what do you make of it, and where do you expect it to go?
Well, difficult to predict because we don't know the details of what they are discussing between the US and Iran. We hear from both sides that there have been progress. We heard yesterday from Trump that might be possible to have an agreement. But on the other hand, we hear that the positions remain the same, that the United States, mainly Trump mentioned and Mark Rubio mentioned that they didn't want Iran to have any nuclear program at all, while Iran keeps saying that this is not negotiable at all. So we don't know exactly where the negotiation is going through, even though both said that there is a progress and that there is a framework that they have been discussing. We also know that Trump said that the Iranians were given a proposal. I don't know if verbally or written. The Iranians denied that they had any proposal. And in the meantime, we have this negotiation or these conversations in Istanbul with the European Union, with a kind of weird threat from the European Union to reinstate to use a snapback mechanism implemented in 2015 resolution, threatening Iran to reimpose sanctions. So it's not very clear why the European Union is doing this, if because they are sidelined by the United States conversation, or if they want to still use some leverage in order to negotiate with Iran on this nuclear file.
How much of this is going to depend on Donald Trump's personal approach to all of this? Because he's known for being quite mercurial about these things, and we got a sense of it in the clip that we played just before we came to you, when he said things could go very well for Iran, or they could go not so well. I mean, is this down to how much is this down to how much patience the U.S. administration have for the progress of these talks as well?
Well, we have been hearing since the very beginning of the Trump's tenure a big announcement that he's going to achieve peace in the Middle East in 2 days, going to solve the Ukraine war in 2 days. Everything is going to be in 2 days, and so far nothing happened. And it's very difficult to reach peace between countries that they are having a war, only because he wants to do it. We were surprised with some initiatives that he took lately, stopping the military operations against the Houthis in Yemen, yesterday announcing that they will lift the sanctions against Syria, and also when they started the conversations with Iran, that it was expected but not so quickly. So a lot of things depend on his own personal way of doing politics. Diplomacy, and using a big stick and a carrot policy to say that you have to negotiate with me, otherwise will be obliterated, something that already happened in 2016. But so far, the objectives that he's setting are not realistic. So far, nothing has been done. I don't know if this depends on his personal capacity to talk directly to the Iranians. So far, this has not been the case. It's Witkoff or other people that they are dealing with the specific negotiations. The only case that he shake hands with someone was yesterday with a provisional Syrian president. Otherwise, it will be difficult for Trump to sit with the Iranians to shake hands, because this is the picture he wants to take. I doubt this can happen, at least in the short term.
Good to talk to you, Luciano Zaccara. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.